Miami has possession. Over in the corner, Chalmers. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Whiteside's checked in for Miami. And Green gets it to go.
Look out, guys. I mean, I think there's a lot more where that came from. When he gets it going like this, it is not easy to slow him down.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Splitter, that's good.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come.
And that's going to be a turnover. They called for 8 seconds.
Boneheaded play, guys, plain and simple.
Yep, brain fade is what I like to call it. There's no way they're getting out of the hole making mistakes like that.
Good!
Got to make a defensive adjustment here because he's just destroying them from three-point range.
Well, even when they've closed out on him, Steve, he's knocking them down.
They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Duncan. He tries for 3, and he gets it to go. Duncan's got 9.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Yeah, shoddy defense there. Far too slow to react on the closeouts.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, as you know, Dwayne Wade has one of the best pump fakes in the NBA, and he'll tell you he picked it up from Sam Cassell. Of course, you remember Sam was playing in Milwaukee when Wade was at Marquette in the same town. Wade knows how hard it is to deal with pump fakes. I bite too, not as much, but guys get me. I get mad every time because I'm like, that's my move. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, isn't he? Thank you, Doris. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Tiago Splitter. Chalmers with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Parker outside. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Wow, what an incredible run they're on. This is as good an offense as you will see.
Well, every single guy on the floor right now just feeling it. Tony could well be the best point guard penetrator in the game. He's great at finding the seam and getting the ball up and off glass before the shot blocker can recover. And once the ball hits the glass and comes off, it's a no-touch zone for the defender.
Parker against Dragic. Haslam a screen on Leonard. Wade on the wing. And that time, also a missed shot.
And Parker with the quickness to win that race to the rim, and then his great touch, able to use English or just the spin on the ball to drop it in. Even when the defense gets there early, it seems like Parker's able to use that teardrop.
Dragic with it. He's picked up by Parker. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Wade kicks to Dragic. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Manu Ginobili's checked in for Daniel Green. And then for Miami, Wash comes in for Udonis Haslem. And it's Dang in for Dwayne Wade. And for Parker now coming into his 30s. The question, how will his game, so based on speed, Clark, and elusiveness, how will it age?
Well, you know, I think that's a fair question. His game is not as much athleticism as it is those attributes of speed and quickness and elusiveness. I think the elusiveness can hang around for a while. The speed will go. But the fact he's improved as a jump shooter, I think will continue to allow him to be pretty good at getting to the rim.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
The Spurs making a switch here. Ayers is checked in. Parker's shot is off.
That's a great shot if there's 1 second left in the game.
Yeah, that would be the good time to do it. Not now, though.
Dragic against Ginobili. There's the double team with Ginobili. And that's going to be a travel.
And all you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
Yeah, their confidence has really dissipated here.
Matt Bonner, he's checked in for San Antonio. Parker, shot denied. Here's Dragic. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Bosch grabs the miss. Bosch has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The pass to Whiteside. Parker with the steal. And again, San Antonio running the court in transition. Here's Ayers. Banked in off the glass. Ayers has got his first basket of the night.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Dragic kicks to Dang. That's tipped. Dragic against Leonard. He dishes it to Ginobili. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Mario Chalmers picks one up.
Manu Ginobili has always been one of my favorite guys to watch, and elite shooting guard on the court. I mean, the issue with him has been health. You know, last season he missed about a month with a tweaked hamstring, right as the Spurs went on their rodeo road trip.
The Spurs making a switch here. Mills is checked in. And here's Whiteside. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Tries to save it, and that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession.
5 seconds on the shot clock. 5.
4 on the clock. Chalmers with it. Picked up by Ginobili. Miami no good on that time either.
Their offense seems completely out of sync here. They're on the wrong end of a big run.
And then at the other end, it's been bucket after bucket after bucket, giving up a huge run here.
Dang passes to Dragic. Bosch sets the pick for Dragic. Back to Dang. And Chalmers kicks to Bosch. To end the drought. Here's Whiteside. Back to Chalmers, and out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And the Spurs with some changes. Baines is checked in, and Boris Diaw is subbed for Matt Bonner. Ginobili dishes to Bellinelli. Lets it go from 11. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Well, since the turn of the century, guys, the Western Conference has ruled the roost, winning interconference matchups in 14 out of the last 15 seasons. To Steve, last season, the highest ever win percentage for the West at over 72%.
And 8 of the league's top 10 teams played in the West record-wise. It may be time to take a fresh look at a top 16 playoff structure.
Off the pick. Again, the miss by the Heat. Spurs shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. It's Ginobili with the drive. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Ginobili's got 20.
And last season, the 7th and 8th seed in the East made the playoffs with worse records than the 9th and 10th seeded teams in the West. Sure, the conference playoff structure reduces travel, but in the age of chartered flights, you could argue longer traveling distances are much less of a concern, and I would say amen to that.
Now Bellinelli hits the three-point bomb. Bellinelli's got his second basket of the night.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
And guys, I think the biggest advantage to a so-called top 16 playoff seeding is that it would possibly make for a more competitive finals. It's a playoff series that garners international attention anyway. You want to make sure that the last 2 teams standing are truly the best in the NBA.
To the paint, it's deflected. And here come the Spurs again. San Antonio with the fast break. Shot's good by Mills. Mills has got 8 points.
Boy, it's been a poor defensive effort. When that ball has gone inside, into the post, they've been in trouble.
Yep, points in the paint clearly going against them now.
Here's Bosch. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Corey Joseph's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And Miami with a change here, too. Josh McRoberts is checked in for Whiteside. Bellinelli passes to Diaw, and he gets it to go. He has 7.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
There's the double team with Joseph. Dragic kicks to Dang. Will it go? Goes up again. Rebound San Antonio. Diaw's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Clark, you think of how much success the Spurs have had, and it's almost as if they can plug anyone in, and they are immediately on the same page and working as a unit.
Well, they make it look easy, but there's a lot of work that goes into that. They evaluate the players they bring in, wanting to fit them into a culture that already exists, and the continuity and consistency you get from the top down. Greg Popovich, Tim Duncan. When you've got those guys in place, then you throw in Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker. Now you've got a group that you can win with for a long time, and they've done just that.
Chalmers dishes to Anderson inside and out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Joseph with the ball. He's picked up by Dang. Baines, an amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Baines has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
It is with the Spurs, as you said, a matter of anyone wearing their uniform has a complete understanding of what they need to do on offense or defense to win.
The Spurs shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Pass to Bellinelli, the 11-footer, and the Spurs scoring again.
And you know, with the Spurs, I remember games last year where their stars were out or being rested, and they would still win games because of the strength of their reserves, and they didn't have to make adjustments as they marched through the playoffs. They basically kept on keeping on, doing what they had done all season.
Here's Joseph. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Yeah, well, 10 of their last 12 points have come off of assists.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
They just continue to cough the ball up, and this game in jeopardy, no doubt.
At this point, you'd settle for a tough shot. Any shot. Just don't give the ball away.
Green, he's checked in for Patty Mills. And Miami also making a switch. Wade's checked in. A minute 20 left in the first half of the game. Chalmers pass to Wade. Knocked away. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
15 seconds on the shot clock. 15.
1:12 left in the second quarter. There's the steal. Green kicks to Bellinelli. That's good. Bellinelli's got 12 in the game.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball we're seeing.
Here's Joseph. Rebound by the Heat. Anderson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. That drops. 9 points in the game so far.
Another turnover leading to a bucket.
Yeah, they've made the most of all these chances they've gotten from turnovers. I mean, it's really fueling their offense right now.
Knocked loose, and that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession, and the Heat making a change here. Haslam's checked in.
Heat substitution.
There's 31 seconds left to play here in the half, and out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Shots good by Baines.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Out to the right wing. Chalmers dishes to Wade. 12 seconds left to play here in the half. Back to Chalmers. 6 to shoot. Double team on Wade. Trying to get back on track. No good. And through one half,